Hi, I'm going to talk about public goods and common resources. Both are non excludable, which means that it's impossible to prevent people from using them. The difference between the two is that a public good is non rival in consumption, which means that one person's use of it doesn't reduce another's ability to use it. And whereas a common resource is actually rival in consumption, which means that one person's use does reduce another's ability to use it. So, a problem that arises with goods that are non-excludable is the free rider problem. And what a free rider is someone who receives the benefits of a good but avoids paying for that good. So um, with public goods in the absence of government, a public good isn't able to make any profit in the free market. So if the government decides that the total benefits of the public good outweigh the total cost of the public good, then the government can decide to supply the public good with tax revenue, or essentially fund the public good with tax revenue, and essentially everyone is better off. On the other hand, with common resources, since they are rival in consumption, once the government steps in, they have to decide how much of that resource can be used. Um, you probably remember in class the parable of the tragedy of the commons, where it starts off as sheep grazing on the common land of the town, and basically it's beneficial to the town. There's really no problem with it because the land is able to replenish itself at first as the sheep graze on it, but as the town population grows, the sheep population grows, and there's more and more sheep grazing on this fixed piece of land, and the land loses its ability to replenish itself, and basically essentially loses its fruitfulness, for the lack of a better term. And so the real life example that I wanted to use in my discussion video, is our society's dependency on petroleum, and how we tend to overuse the common resource of petroleum, and it's beginning to be quite tragic. Our society tends to ignore the externalities of our dependency on petroleum, such as the excessive greenhouse gases being emitted into our atmosphere, and climate change, and other things like that, of that sort. And I just wanted to bring to your guys' attention, like, I wonder, when is it that we're gonna internalize these extremely tragic externalities, to the point that these major oil corporations and these major petroleum users, when are we going to internalize these externalities to where they fix the problem? Because this is a really big problem that our society faces today.